Hey everybody, how's it going? Veteran Mac here. We're going to take a look at the Remington's 22 Thunderbolt. And it is high velocity, 22 long rifle, round nose, 40 grains. There's a little bit of information there. 40 grains, lead round nose, 1255 feet per second. So just a little bit of information there. Now what I did find a little interesting here about these is Remington claims this is their best-selling and most popular round of all time. They didn't specifically say 22 LR, so I believe this is like their best-selling round they've ever had out of any caliber, which is a little bit interesting. And I believe these do only come in about 50 and 500 round boxes. I've never seen them in 100 count or 250 count or anything like that. Now, I would say this being their best-selling round is because, it is a bulk pack that's relatively cheap. You can relatively find these for, I would say, anywhere from about $19.99 up to about $24.99. And sometimes a little bit higher, just really depends on where you buy them. My local Walmart used to sell these for like $24.75, but for the past few months they've been $21.60, I believe, something like that. And I haven't really had much trouble out of this round. I mean, it is, I would say, dirty ammunition, but out of like a little SR-22 and a little 10-22 rifle, I really haven't had any failures really that I can really think of. There might have been a couple I've had in the 10-22, but I believe that was due to the magazine I was using. But alright, let's kind of get into it here. This is it. This is bulk pack ammunition here, so it probably is going to look a little bit rougher than, like some of your typical 22 LR rounds. I mean, I really do like the bulk pack ammunition there. You see here, it's just like a 40 grain lead nose there. It does have 3 little crimps going down there. And then there's the case. Seems to have like 2 little lines right there. I'm not sure why. I don't think that's on every bullet. These are just random ones that I picked out of the box. And there's the case there. And this rim for Remington. Just a basic looking lead round nose bulk pack ammo. And then here's a different one to kind of compare it to there. So you see this one has those lines right there also. A nice looking little lead bullet there. And there we go. Now, go ahead and as far as quality control goes, I mean, of course, like I mentioned before, like this bullet does spin. But I would, in my experience, I would call this a lot better of a round than, say, the Golden Bullet. I would honestly compare this to the Federal, the black and white bulk pack, the Target match. I would say this is like really close to that, in my opinion. And so let's go ahead and kind of get into it here. I do already have the bullet pulled. I'm going to take a good look at it and an in-depth look at everything here. Let's go ahead and turn our scales on. Now these scales are specifically made for weighing powder. I already have it set up in grains. Go ahead and drop our thing there. Tar it out twice just to make sure. Now let's go ahead here, let you all see this. And I did not drop any powder at all. In fact, the way I pull the bullet, like I just pull the bullet where it's loose, and I do not actually take the bullet out until I go to pour the powder right here. so that way I do not lose any powder. And there it is. I believe it's all out of there. It's coming in at 1.6 grains. And overall, let's take a nice little look at the powder here. It's like a disc-shaped powder. There we go. Get a good look there. It is a disc-shaped powder. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look as nice as, say, the powder that came out of the Stinger, but it doesn't look overall too bad. Alright, go ahead and set that back on there. Now, let's weigh it with the bullet. With the bullet, we are getting 41.8 grains. Alright, now let's weigh the bullet by itself there. Just tore that out. Get the bullet out here without taking any powder. Put the bullet on there. The bullet by itself is coming in. Oh, wow. This is the first time I've ever weighed a bullet and it weighs exactly what it says. 40 grains. So, I mean, that's good. Alright, here now. Let's take a good look here at our bullet. If I can get it to focus there. There we go. Now, I did kind of do that, pulling the bullet, that little bulge you see right there. But, overall, there's the lead round nose. Typically, I mean, you're going to see a few little nicks and stuff here and there in bulk pack ammunition. Just from where they're all, you know, bouncing on top of each other there. Then right here is where it gets cramped into the case. There's a little slight indent on the bottom. And let's see if I can get a real good up close look here. Almost appears to be a K inside there. I'm not sure why. It's a little unique there. That is definitely a K, capital K. So there's kind of the bullet there. See the 3 crimps there, and overall it's just a solid lead round nose with a K indent in the or K mark in the bottom, which is pretty unique to me. I've never seen a mark on the bottom of a bullet like that before. Alrighty, here, let's go ahead and take a look at our case. For those of you interested here, we're going to go ahead and weigh our case in grains. It's coming in at 10.2 grains, which is you know, it's not bad, but you know, the Stinger's case weighed exactly 10 grains, and it's a little bit longer. So that's a little interesting there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the brass, real nice looking brass case on the inside. It doesn't appear that they use any type of sealant or anything like that. So take a look at it there. I believe that is like a little piece of powder stuck in there. Overall, it's a nice looking case there. You can see if we can get it bright to look in there. There's the bottom and everything. Overall, not too bad. I thought it was interesting that you know, look at that K. You know, you can see it real good there. A little interesting, and it did weigh exactly 40 grains. So here is Remington's most popular round, the Thunderbolt. There it is with the powder and everything. Overall, not a bad looking powder. I mean, I'm not sure which kind of powder they use. It's just like a regular disc-shaped powder, like a typical that you would see in most 22LO rounds. Good little lead round nose there and a brass case. Overall, it's not too bad. Like I said, in my opinion, this is better than the Golden Bullet. Like I said, I would compare it to Federal's Auto Match, but I would say it's slightly better than the Auto Match. And the only reason why I say that is I have literally shot thousands of these thunderbolts, and I don't not that I can recall. I do not believe I've never had any like dead rounds. Like everyone that I've hit, the firing pin hit the primer, everyone went off. But with the Federal Auto Match, I would say about 1 in 25 rounds does not go off. And normally, I can just eject the round, kind of, stick the case in there a different way and let the firing pin hit it on the other side and it'll go off. But with the auto match, that doesn't seem to work. So at least you're not going to have as many dead rounds as you would the auto match, in my opinion. But overall, the Thunderbolt, there it is. If there's a particular bullet you would like for me to take an in-depth look at next, please comment it below, and please subscribe, and I hope everybody has a good day.